I've got 2 questions for you.
What would you say is the greatest sporting comeback of all time?
And what is the most life-changing bet you've ever heard of?
And what if they were both the same moment?
Let's start with the comeback story. It doesn't get much bigger than Tiger Woods at the 2019 Masters.
What makes an incredible comeback in sports?
Well, it should be someone who hasn't done anything in a long time.
Kind of like a sleeping giant.
Maybe someone who overcame a serious injury?
Yeah, like when you expect them never to play again.
Or maybe it's a fall from grace, like a huge scandal.
Most everyone loves a scandal.
I certainly do, when it's not me.
With Tiger, those boxes are check, check, and check.
In 2019, Tiger Woods hadn't won a major in 11 years. He had just been the subject of one of the biggest scandals in sports history, and he had just had recent back surgery.
Actually, he had 4 different major back surgeries.
They fused his spine together, which does not sound ideal for playing golf. Doesn't sound ideal for anything.
Prior to the 2019 Masters, Tiger had already performed one miracle by being back on the course playing decently well anyway. But he certainly wasn't the favorite at Augusta National.
But there's something special about Tiger playing at Augusta National for the Masters.
At least that's what James Adducci was slowly convincing himself of in the run-up to the tournament.
James was a regular guy with regular guy problems.
Specifically, he had mortgage problems and an unpaid student loan.
And his strategy to get out of debt? It's not exactly one we'd recommend to anyone.
Seriously though, trying to bet your way out of debt is a bad idea.
99% of the time, it won't work. So don't try it.
All the same, James became convinced that Tiger Woods was going to win the Masters.
He barely made it to the top 20 in the previous 6 years.
So James got together everything he owned.
Around $85,000 to be exact. And he stuffed it in a backpack.
And then it was next stop, Las Vegas.
Now the craziest thing about this plan is that James had never really bet on sports before.
Basically, this was just the mother of all hunches.
He didn't even realize that different sports books might have different odds, or that some wouldn't even take an $85,000 bet.
Picture that, right? Random guy walking around Vegas with almost 100 grand in his backpack, asking random casinos right and left if he could just bet it all on Tiger Woods.
After being turned away by a couple of places, William Hill opened its arms, accepting James like a weary traveler looking for comfort, and accepted his $85,000 bet.
The odds on Tiger? Plus 1,400, or 14 to 1.
So then James headed back to his elderly father's house in rural Wisconsin to watch his life unfold.
Now, if you don't remember, Tiger started the final day a few shots back.
But James said he never lost faith.
While his dad was dozing off in the corner, it seemed like the rest of the leaderboard was going to sleep. Right and left, balls went into the water on the 12th hole.
At the 16th hole, Rosebud as it's known, Tiger stepped up and hit one of the most iconic shots of his career, finishing inches away from the hole.
At this point, James woke up his dad with his yelling.
Understandably so.
45 minutes later, Tiger finished the job.
And James, he was a millionaire.
$1,190,000 to be exact.
Debts, all wiped out.
His life is forever changed.
There is one important point here. James did take a massive risk and did get incredibly lucky.
So please don't think this is a good betting strategy, because it is not.
Nonetheless, sports fans around the world will always remember where they were that day in 2019.
But no one is going to remember it quite like James Adduci.